Commander Vexistar adjusted his neural crown as the massive ship, Dominion's Fist, dropped out of hyperspace above the small blue world. His 6 eyes gleamed with anticipation as he reviewed the intelligence reports flooding his consciousness. The primitive species below, humans they called themselves, had barely achieved basic space travel, perfect candidates for the hegemony's workforce. "Begin scanning protocols," Vextar commanded, his voice resonating through the crystalline communication. "Matrix. I want full biometric analysis. Physical capabilities, neural plasticity, reproductive rates, everything." The data streams painted an encouraging picture. The humans possessed adequate strength for manual labor, showed surprising adaptability, and bred at an acceptable rate. Better yet, their civilization seemed fractured. Hundreds of competing nations, constant warfare, environmental degradation. They would welcome the stability of servitude under hegemony rule. Sub-Commander Cresshai approached, her tentacles writhing with excitement. "Sir, preliminary scans indicate approximately 8 billion specimens. Current estimates suggest we can harvest at least half for immediate transport to the mining colonies." "Excellent." Vexitar's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. "Begin the standard subjugation protocol, deploy the intimidation displays, then broadcast the surrender demands." The Dominion's Fist descended through Earth's atmosphere, its massive hull casting shadows over major population centers. Smaller craft peeled away from the mothership, their weapon arrays charging with ominous energy. The plan was simple. Overwhelm them with superior technology, demand submission, then begin processing. But something went wrong almost immediately. Instead of the expected panic and capitulation, the humans did something unprecedented in Vextar's 3-century career. They asked questions. "Unknown vessel, this is NASA Mission Control. We've been monitoring your approach. Are you seeking diplomatic contact? Do you require assistance?" Vextar blinked, all 6 eyes in confusion. "Assistance. Sub-Commander, are their translation matrices functioning correctly?" "Yes, sir. They're offering to help us. The surrender broadcast went out as planned. Submit to hegemony authority, accept your role as a labor force, and your transition to servitude would be peaceful. Resistance would result in the standard 30% population reduction." The response came, not from one source, but thousands. Every communication frequency buzzed with activity. "We cannot accept subjugation of any species," declared a voice from the United Nations. "However, we're willing to negotiate mutually beneficial arrangements if you're experiencing resource shortages," added another voice from a place called the European Space Agency. "Perhaps we can find alternatives to slavery." Vextar felt his first flutter of unease. In his centuries of conquest, no species had ever responded to subjugation demands with counter-proposals. "Sir," Cresshai reported, her voice strained, "we're receiving detailed analyses of our ship's construction, power systems, and apparent technological gaps. They've somehow determined we're using forced labor and are offering more efficient alternatives." The human transmissions continued flooding in. Engineers proposing improved mining techniques, scientists sharing recent breakthroughs in automation, economists outlining voluntary trade agreements that would yield higher productivity than slave labor. "This is ridiculous," Vextar snarled. "Begin the demonstration attacks. Target their military installations." But as the first energy blasts struck Earth's surface, something extraordinary happened. Rather than surrender, the humans launched what they called humanitarian aid toward the hegemony fleet. "Dominion's Fist, we're detecting structural fatigue in your ship's lower sections. We're transmitting repair protocols that don't require slave labor to implement. Analysis of your crew's biological signatures suggests nutritional deficiencies. We're preparing food packages compatible with your species." Vextar stared at the displays in bewilderment. His weapon strikes had been surgical, designed to minimize damage while demonstrating power. Yet the humans were treating the attacks as what? A cry for help? "Sir," Cresshai whispered. "Incoming transmission from their governing bodies." The holographic display shimmered, revealing a diverse group of human faces. They looked tired but determined. not broken and submissive. "We know you're here for slaves," said one, a human female with graying hair. "We've analyzed your ships, construction, your technology base, your biological needs. We understand your civilization depends on forced labor, but we'd like to show you something better." Before Vexatar could respond, the data streams began again. Detailed blueprints for automated systems, agricultural techniques that could feed billions without manual labor, medical technologies that could extend lifespans and improve quality of life for all species. "We've been watching your empire," another human continued. 700 species under your control, all locked in subsistence-level existence. 53 recent rebellions. Your expansion rate has slowed by 23% in the last century because slave labor is fundamentally inefficient. Vextar's neural crown felt hot against his skull. "They're lying. Our system has brought order to the galaxy for millennia." But even as he spoke, he could see Kreshai and the other officers reviewing the human data. Their body language spoke of growing fascination, not dismissal. "Sir," one of his tactical officers reported, "their projections suggest that voluntary cooperation could increase our resource acquisition by 400% while reducing enforcement costs by 95%. It's a trick." "Sir," Kreshai said quietly, "they're also transmitting what they call liberation protocols, detailed plans for how to free existing slave populations and transition to voluntary cooperation. The efficiency gains are substantial." Days passed. Intense standoff. The humans continued their relentless campaign of helpfulness, sharing technology, offering aid, and providing detailed economic analyses. They sent food to the hegemony ships, medical supplies for crew injuries, even entertainment programs during off-duty periods. Worse yet, word was spreading to the hegemony's slave worlds. The human broadcasts were being intercepted, translated, disseminated. Rebellions weren't BR.